Okay, Bismillah. Bismillah, welcome back, folks. We're going to the corrections. My students here, Mental Arithmetic Test 14. First past the post series in preparation for the 11 plus. What is the value of the digit 5 in 12.053? Okay, what is the value of the digit 5 in 12.053? So you have point, tenths and hundredths. So for number 2, it is worth 5 hundredths. So you can either write this or write it as its decimal equivalence, which is 0.05. So that will answer over here. Okay, I've lost my pen. Because that's tenths, 0, and that's hundredths. Next question. Number 4. A farmer divides up his land to grow potatoes, tomatoes, and peppers in the ratio 3:1. Respectively, given that the total area of the land is worked out, how much of it is used to grow tomatoes? Now, potatoes is first, tomatoes is second, and peppers. So what we need to do is this. So we say 192, hang on a second, divided by, in the ratio. So here's a ratio first of all. Hang on a second. I'm just going to show you the method nice and quickly. So we divide it by the ratio, and then we multiply by the one that you want. Now they said tomatoes, and tomatoes is the second one. Tomatoes is that one. So we times it by that. So a ratio involves division and addition. So I'm going to change quickly. I'm going to show you here the ratio bit into addition. So we're going to add the ratio up.
6.
Okay. So we got 192 now. Okay, 192. We're going to divide it by the ratio, which gives us, what was it? 6. And then we're going to multiply the answer by 2. So 192 divided by 6, well 6 goes into 19 3 times.
That's 32.
Remainder 1. That gives us
32.
This part. So this part here, pressing the button. This part here gives us 32. And then you multiply it by 2 at the last moment. And that gives us 64. And that's the answer for number 4. Okay, done? Number 6. Calculate 2 tenths minus 2 fifteenths. Okay, folks, we should be good at these fraction questions by now. Especially taking consideration the test is a couple of days away. And we've done quite a few of these questions in the previous papers. What did we say? We said we need to make the bottom numbers the same. Or it's called making the fractions equivalent. So we need to make the bottom numbers the same in order for us to take away the top numbers. So 10 and 15 can be easily, both of them can be easily made into 30. If you turn that into 30 times by 2, if you turn this into 30 times by 3. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Okay, so 3 times by 2 will give you 6 over minus 4 over. The bottom number stays the same as it is, and you do not take away the bottom number, you only take away the top numbers. So 6 take away 4 is, the bottom number, nothing happens apart from copying it down or copying it across. So your answer here is 2 over 30 for number 6. Now 2 over 30 can be simplified. When we simplify a fraction, we divide top and bottom by the same number. So 2 divided by 2 is
1.
And 30 divided by 2 is? So number 6, the answer here will be 1 over 15. Done. Okay, the next question is number 7. Fill in the spaces below so the pattern stays the same. So for number 7, okay, here we go. So we have here 3, add 1 is 4. 4 add 2 is 6. And 6 add 3 is 9. So this last one should be 9. Now let's do the other one. So we say 2 add 1 is 3. And then 3 add 2 is 5. So what we're doing is we've got a pattern within a pattern, and the pattern is increasing by 1 more each time. So the missing numbers are 5 and 9. Done. Okay, next one is number 8. We've done number 7 over here. That's all done. Number 8. What is the value of x? First of all, what's this shape called? This shape generally is called because the Q is called a quadrilateral. Now, the angle sum, the internal angle sum of a quadrilateral is 360. Now, these little boxes in the corner, what are they?
90.
They are all 90s. So that's 90, that's 90, that one's 81, that one's x. So we can say this. We can say 90 plus 90 plus 81 plus the x will give us an answer of 360. That's us forming an equation. Okay. Now we need to work out the value of this x. So first of all, let's simplify all of this. So 90 at 90 is 180. 180 at 81 will give 80 is 180 plus 80 is 260, and then add the 1 is 261. So 261 plus the required angle will give us 360. So there's only one more step left to do before we finalize this question, and we need to work out the x. We have to remove the plus 261 from the left to the right. Opposite of plus 261 is? Okay. So first of all, we do x is, we do 360, oops. We do 360 minus 260 to make it easy. 360 minus 260 is?
100. And
then minus the extra
199.
So that's the answer.
No, got that right.
Okay, but we're doing for the ones who got it wrong. X is equal to 19. My next question is number 10. So we now have to work out we've got a combination of addition and division. So let's do this. So we have 3 tenths, add 2 fifths, and then we're going to be dividing all by 2. Okay, let's get cracking. Now, what did we say before? We need to make the bottom numbers equivalent. So we only need to do this time is we multiply the 5 by 2. If we multiply 5 by 2, it will turn the 5 straight away into 10. And that's all we need to do for that part. We don't need to do any more multiplying. So we can copy down now 3 tenths. Add, we're going to add to that 4 tenths. So 3 tenths add 4 tenths will give us, what will give us?
7 tenths.
7 tenths. The bottom number is added. And now we have to divide by 2. Now 2, I'm going to write it as 2 over 1. Why do I write 2 over 1? 2 is the whole number. We can turn the whole number into fraction easily by putting it over 1. It's the same thing. 2 is the same as 2 divided by 1, which is 2. So this way, at least the question now looks more like a fraction type question. Now, When we divide fractions, what do we do with the divide sign? We get the divide sign and we change it into a times. What do we do with the second fraction? We turn it upside down. So the 2 goes to the bottom and the 1 goes to the top. Oops. That's supposed to be 1. Okay. 2. And the 7 over 10 stays as it is. 7 over 10. Now, what do we do now? Now we need to try to cancel diagonally or vertically. So I can't cancel that way. I can't cancel that way because they don't have any common factors apart from 1. These won't cancel. These won't cancel. So what do we end up doing? Multiply the tops and now we do multiply the bottom. We do the bottom. So 7 times by 1 is 7. And 10 times by 2 is 10 times by 2 is 20. So the final answer is 7 over 20 for that one, for number 10. So right answer over here, 7 over 20. Just give me one more. Coming to you in a second. Okay, folks, I've had to clear the page because it ran out of space. I'll put the answers back in. So we've got 12, 13, and 14 left to do now. So number 12. Okay, number 12. A CD costing £14 is increased in price by 15%. How much does it cost now? You guys should be killing these questions. These questions are too simple for you guys. We've done percentage increases. So we have £14 and we need to increase it by 15%. Okay. Now, when we want to work out this question, we will do it in 2 parts. First of all, we work out how much percent of £14? We first start with how much percent?
1.
10%, not 1%. Okay, hang on a second. That looks a bit. I can write a bit more clearer. So 10% of 14. To work out 10% of 14, we divide it by 10. Move the decimal point 1 place back. That gives us 1.4. Now, we need to work out our remaining. How much percent we got left to work out?
5.
5%. 10% is 1.4. How do we get from 10% to 5%? What do we do to it? From 10 to 5, what do we do, folks? We divide by 2. Because 10 divided by 2 is 5. So what we do on the left, we do on the right. So we got 1.4, divide that by 2, that gives us an answer of 0.7. Okay? Now, I need 15%, not 10 and 5, I need 15. So if I add these totals up, I get 15%. So 15% is equal to 1.4 add 0.7. Okay? So what's 1.4 add 0.7?
1.4 add 0.7. 2.1.
2.1. The question says, how much does it cost now? So we need to go back to our original £14. We're going to add to this increase here, £2 and 10 pence. And that will give us a total of
£16.20.
£16 and 10 pence. And that's written like this. So I'm going to put that over here. Okay, that's the end of question number 12. Number 13. Express 9 over 11 as a decimal to 3 decimal places. I'm going to do this one over here. Okay. So we have a fraction. Alright, 9 over 11. I want somebody to read me this fraction. It's 9 elevenths, 9 over 11th. How else can we interpret this fraction? How else can we read it? We read it like, anybody want to have a go? What does it mean? It means 9. That line means?
Over.
Not over. Mathematically means?
Divide.
And then the 11 means just 11. So if we read this fraction is actually saying 9 divided by 11. Okay? Hang on 1 second. I've lost my decimal point. Sorry. 9 divided by 11. Okay. So let's write down 9 divided by 11. 9 divided by 11. Now when we do 9 divided by 11, we set the question up in the bust up technique. So, Faisal, where does the 11 go? Outside or inside?
Inside.
The 11 always goes outside. The number that you're dividing by always goes first. And I'll show you why I call it X. The first number, the second number always goes first, and the first goes second. So, the number that you're dividing by goes at the beginning, and the number you start with goes inside. Okay? Because of that. Put the 9 in here. And now you need to put a point. And how many, they want us to do how many decimal places? What's the question say? 3 decimal places. So we need to do the question to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll show you why we need to do 4. We need to do 4 in order to do 3. I'll show you why in a second. Watch. So let's change the color. So how many 11s go into 9?
0.
Remainder?
9.
9. How many 11s go into 99?
So 90.
Sorry, pardon. How many 11s go into 90? Is 8. Because 11 times by 8 is?
88.
88. So how much do you have left?
2.
2. How many 11s go into 20?
1.
1. What's the remainder?
8.
11 times by 1 is 11. 20 take away 11 is?
9.
8. Yeah? Okay. So how many 11s in 90?
8.
What's the remainder?
1. No, 2.
How many 11s in 20?
1. 8.
Remainder?
8.
9.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. We don't need to worry about that one for the moment because our mandate for this question is to give the question to how many decimal places? Answer. I'm using the wrong thing. Red line. Okay, watch this. Okay, now. So we have now, oops, wrong color. We have 1, 2, 3 decimal places, and then we look at the next number, that's called the decider. If this number here is 5 or more, we add 1 to the last digit. Last digit, this is the decider. Now, because the decider is not 5 or more, so what do? Leave it alone. So the final answer is, we're going to stop at 3 decimal places, is 0.818. That is the final answer. And that question, the answer goes 0.818. And that's done. So question number 13. I had to take a bit more space with question number 13. Okay. Question number 14, the last one on this page. Question number 14. What is the volume of this prism? In order for us to work at the volume of this prism, we need to work at the volume of this section here and that section there and add them up. So we have 2 cuboids. We can call it cuboid A and cuboid B. So number 14 I'm going to do over here. So we're going to work at the volume of the cuboid A, and we're going to add to that the volume of the cuboid B, and that will give us the volume total of the prism. Okay, how do we work at the volume of A? Well, to work at the volume, we use the general formula for volume of a cuboid, which is length time by width time by height. And we're going to do that twice because you've got 2 cuboids. Okay, let's put the values in there. So volume of layer. So the length is 2 and the width is same as that, which is 4. So we got 2 times by 4. And the height of this cube here is going to be, cuboid, sorry, is 1 at 1, which is 2. Go on. Okay, length is 2. How wide is it? This is the width, the same as this is 4. 2 times by 4. And the height is going to be this height here, which is 1, and at the other height, which is 1, that gives you 2. Okay, now, we're going to work out the volume of the B part now. So B part is 4 meters long by 4 meters wide by 1 meter high. So,
4 times by 4 times by 1.
correct. 4 times by 4 times by 1. Now, let's work this out. 2 times by 4 is 8. 8 times by 2 is
16.
4 times by 4 is 16. 16 at 1 is
17.
16 is times. You're not adding them. Yeah? And then the last bit is 16 at 16 is
32. 32. Meters squared. Meters.
V total. So for that question, the volume is equal to 32 meters cubed. It took a bit of time. We had to work here at each one then. But that's what's required to do that first page. Okay. Which one's the? Okay, here we go. Number 15, we've got to work out the other way. Question number 15 wants us to work out the probability of landing on a vowel in terms of the letters from A to Z. So how many letters do we have which are vowels? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 letters which are vowels in the alphabet. How many letters are there in the alphabet? There are how many?
27. 24. 26.
Come on, folks.
28.
Okay. Now the number of letters in the alphabet is 26. So we have 5 over 26, which is approximately. Now it says that O goes the letter shown which of the arrows shows the best position. So 5 over 26 is round about quarter. So the closest one to a quarter is A.
A.
It's just below a quarter, that is. Because a quarter will give you 25% or, okay, quarter. You got 5 divided by 26, that's going to be the closest because quarter would be 6 over 24. That's the closest. Next question, how many faces does a cylinder have? How many faces? So number 16, a cylinder has 2 flat faces and it has 1 curved one, so it has altogether 3. The mark scheme has included the curved surface of the cylinder as a face.
A face is an individual.
Okay, but normally we call the faces the flat ones. But for some reason, okay, a face is an individual surface of a 3D shape. We got 3 different surfaces. Okay, for number 17, we need to simplify this. So we do all the x's together. So 36x minus 29x will give us an answer of 7x. Then we do the y's together. We have 51y plus 4y. 51y and 4y will give us 55y. Are you guys struggling to do basic arithmetic?
No,
So I'm asking basic stuff. Okay. Next we have, I'm asking questions, answer the question. So we have minus 43z and plus 6z. If we add them together, what do we get?
Minus 37z.
Minus 37z. Let's put that back into green. Minus 30z. So the answer is 7x plus 55y minus 37z. That's number 17 done. Number 19. How many tiles measuring 3 by 5 each and need to cover a wall of 100 by 45? Okay, number 19. So, to work at question number 19, how many tiles will fit on the wall? This is the calculation we need to do. Area of the wall divided by the area of a tile. Now, the area of the wall is 100 by 45. So, what we need to do here, so area is length times by width. So, it's 100 times by 45. So, 100 times by 45 will give us an answer of 4,500. And now you have to divide that by the area of one tile. And the area of one tile is 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Okay. I hope everybody here is copying this down. Good. Not just you, everybody. So it's 4,500 divided by 15. Now that's our idea, and now I'm going to set it out slightly differently to help us work it out. So you could actually, just change my technique a bit, do it as a bus stop method. It'll actually work out quite quickly. You have to remember that the second number goes first and the first number goes second. So now we can say how many 15s in tissue. Yeah. So we say how many 15s in 4 is nothing, remainder 4. How many 15s in 45 is 3. How many 15s in 0 and 0? So the final answer is if we will need to have 300 tiles. 300 tiles. Now, question number 20. Let's change to question number 20. How many lines of symmetry does a regular pentagon have? Well, a pentagon is a 5-sided shape. A regular means it has 5 equal lengths and 5 equal angles. So, a line of symmetry will be the number of sides for the regular shape. So, it will be 5. The time is 16:49. What will be the time 4¼ hours later? Give you answer in 12-hour format. So we're going from 24-hour format back to 12-hour format. So let's get a rubber and get rid of this. We don't need 20 over here. We can go back to this and we can do 21. So let's see how we can do that. So we start with 16:49. Hang on a second. 16:49. And then what we're going to add to it? 4 hours and how many minutes? Okay, so I'm going to show you a technique for doing this question. You might be familiar with it before. I've taught you individually or not. So we're going to add the 2 times like a normal addition, but with a twist. So we're ready for this. Okay, 49 at 50. Remember, this is the minutes. These are the hours. So 9 at 5 is?
14.
4 at 1 is?
5.
At 1 is? Okay, bear with me for the moment. 64. Bear with me. 6 at 4 is?
0 carry the 1.
So 1 at 1 is? 20. So at the moment, this time, bear with me, this time isn't quite, we have to adjust it. It says 20, which is 8 o'clock in the evening, 2064. We can't have a time of 2064, so we need to adjust it. So we got 64 minutes. So we need to remove an hour from here. And an hour's worth how many minutes? And when you remove the hour out, we got to add it into the hour side. So that gives you 2100 hours, as I say, in 24 o'clock and 4 minutes. So that is our time in 24-hour clock. We now need to adjust it towards 12-hour clock. So what do we do now? Final adjustment minus 12 hours. So we have here now the 04 remains as 04. What is 21 minus 12? So 21 minus 12 will give us 9. So we don't. So the final answer for this one here is 9:04 p.m. Okay, question number 22 is a nice quick one. What is the order of rotational symmetry of the shape? Now, because this shape has no rotational symmetry, it will always have an order of 1. Every shape that has no rotational symmetry will have an order of 1 by default, which means that this shape, any shape will look like itself, will always look like itself once in one complete turn, which means it has no rotational symmetry. So the answer for that question is number 1. So number 22 is 1. We've done that. Are we happy with those questions so far, folks? Have you copied down the techniques on the side? Do we know what we're doing?
Yes, sir.
Because we're doing that homework.
Yes, sir. Look, I got a key.
Okay, question number 23. What is the value of x? So x is a number, folks, can you read that? I can't see that. Is it plus 4? No, you look at it on the board. Look at your sheet.
It's a plus 11.
And then?
And divided by 10.
Okay, this is right there. So we have x plus 11. And then we divide it by 10. And the answer is 90. Now, what we need to do, we need to reverse the machine. So the last thing to be done was divide by 10 opposite. So a number, add 11 divided by 10 is 90. So what do we do for this question? We say the opposite of divide is,
Times by 10.
So 90 times by 10 is 900. Is 900. So we have now x add 11 is left over. So the opposite of add 11 is take away 11. Okay. So we say x is equal to 900 minus 11, which will give us what? 889. So we have to reverse the operation, and that gave us 889. Okay. Question number 24. What is the lowest common multiple of the numbers 4, 6, and 8? Right, let's have a look at that. That's a good question. So number 24, we have the LCM of 4, 6, and 8. So we're looking for the lowest number. Okay, that is in all of these times tables. So the best one to start with is, always start with the largest one. So we have 8. Is 8 in all the times tables? And the answer is, it's only in the 4 times table, 8 times table. Let's try 16. Is 16 in the 6 times table? No. In the 4 times table? Yes. Let's try the next multiple of 8. And the next multiple of 8 is? 24. Is that in all the times tables? And the answer is?
Yes.
Yes. Because it's yes, that's the one that we choose as the LCM. Okay. So number 24, the answer is 24. Okay, done. Number 25. Multiply £4.49 by 6 and write the answer to the nearest pound. Well, £4.49, if we multiply it by 6 will give us what? What's the answer for that first one?
£26.94.
£26.94 if we do as a standard calculation. Now if we round that to the nearest pound, that gives us £27. Done. Number 26. Which of these is an acute angle? Acute angle means an angle which is
less than 90.
Less than 90. So the way you remember that is, think of it as a cute angle. When you think of a cute person, a cute is like cute baby small. So the answer is C. What is the sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon with 7 sides? Now, answer. That's a good question. So let's do that one. That is number 27. Now to work out the number of the interior angles, all of them of a polygon, what do? We get the number of sides, we take away 2, and then we multiply it by 180. So that's the formula that you guys remember for the test. So let's work that out. So we have now n, the number of sides is 7. So 7 take away 2 is
5.
So we do 5 times by 180. So we work that, let's break that down into small pieces. So we're going to work out that. So 5 times by 100 is 500. And 5 times by 80 is 400. So 5 times, so that altogether the answer will give us a total of 500 and 400 is
900.
900. Okay. Did we get that right?
Yeah.
Question number 28. Sorry. Question number 28. 22 pound. Okay, I'll think of. I need to use a bit of rubber there. I'll cover the question. Okay, 22 pound. Pardon. 22 pounds divided equally between 7 people. How much is left over? Well, 22 divided by 7 will give you £3 each. Is that right? And you left with how much money? £1. Because 22 times by, so 7 times by 3 is £21. £1 left over. Number 29. We have the bar graph below shows the number of items sold. How many more? Okay, sorry. Okay, we're going to have another go at question number 28. There's a little mistake there in the calculation. We need to actually do it fully, not the way we do it here, which is mentally calculation. 22 divided by 7 is £3, remainder 1. Because we have to divide that £1 also by the 7 as well. So, number 28, we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it fully, and we're going to do it over here on the side. So here's number 28 over here. So I'm going to go through that now with you. So we have £22. We divide it by 7 people. So 22 goes second, the 7 goes first. We do the bus stop technique. So we say, how many 7s and 2 is? Nothing, remainder 2. How many 7s and 22 is 3. 7 times by 3 is 21, remainder 1. How many 7s and 10 is? 1, remainder 3. How many 7s and 30 is? 4, remainder 2. So we stop here because it's £3.14. So we have left over 2. So that is our remainder. How much is left over? 2p is left over. Okay, because otherwise we're going to start going to 10. That's your 10 pennies and that's your unit pennies and not go further. Okay, for the last question here, what is the coordinates of the point P 8,22 after reflection in the line y equals x? When we reflect this coordinates in that line, what we do, we reverse the coordinates. So the y coordinates become the x coordinates, and the x coordinates become the y coordinates. That's the effect of reflecting in the y equals x line. And that's the end of that paper. Sorry about that little mistake at number 28, but you got it all sorted. Now, see you on the next paper.
Thank you.
Sorry again.